All right, welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's good, Meelz?
It is we're almost at the end of the year at this point, so
Oh, scary, huh?
yeah, another one. Um, I'm just here. I don't have anything to contribute, no wild anecdotes or anything of the rather. Just here, living, floating. What about you?
I've been good, man. I'm trying to right now currently juggle thousands of things as usual, as you know.
Okay,
But yeah, it's been spooky movie season, Power Ranger stuff we doing in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord and you like the Rangers, we got a good little community in there. Come join us.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
Wrestling stuff, like it's a lot.
Oh, basketball's back tonight. That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm excited for sure. Basketball's back tonight. It's great when your team is good. Um, but overall, I've just been enjoying basketball for the past year. So I'm super excited that it's finally back tonight. Something to have on in the background while I do stuff, something to watch in the meantime. I perhaps watch too much. Like I don't get to watch anything new because I'm always just watching. I'm the person like watching the wild 10 o'clock Clippers versus any one game. Did you see that they're giving away tickets for like $12 a game?
But where?
Hold on. Clippers, it was they I saw it earlier. Clippers had this deal, $12 a game, where you sit at the wall. Yeah, the ultimate wall pass. It says
Into
Los
it? I
yeah.
mean, Into it is amazing though.
Yeah, it says, listen, it says their new Ultimate Wall Pass for the 2025-26 campaign is priced at just $495, giving fans access to all 40 games, which roughly works out to $12 a game. The deal even gets better with two free kids tickets included for each game, making it one of the most family
Is it
friendly
is
packages.
this is this the way for him to cover up all the shady shit he been doing?
I would have believed so. Listen, I feel like Clippers fans have had years taken off their lives for whatever reason, and
Oh my god, Mills, I feel so bad for all 12 of them.
but I also feel like basketball games shouldn't cost as much as they cost a lot for me. I would love to live anywhere else where I could just go to a Pelicans game in New Orleans and pay
Well,
like
it's
$8.
because of your owners, ultimately,
It is. It's
right?
true. It's definitely true. Like, because I haven't been to a game in years, and just because it's like, what was the last Knicks game? I bought a Knicks ticket. It was the playoffs, 2021 Game Three. How much did I pay for that? Oh my god! I wish I could pull it up. I think I paid like for myself, um, like maybe like $300, but I went by myself and I had a great time. Um, And but now that's like the get in price. And I had good seats. I was like right behind it was not like right behind the bench, but like the section behind the section behind the bench. Like I was above the tunnel. So I felt pretty good about it. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. I don't really know what to say, what to do, what it is. But the entire world is getting more expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't
It,
getting
it,
better.
it ain't getting better at all. So let me see. Oh my god, I have NXT tickets from 2018. Let me look at the price of these. Who did I get it from? I bought this on SeatGeek, $126. Nice.
Brooklyn?
For what section is this? Section 20, row 14, seat 11. So that isn't that bad. Section 20 in itself is like, it doesn't have a 1 in front of it. It definitely doesn't have a 2 in front of it. So I mean it technically does, but yeah, crazy. Listen, we're far away from 2018. We're much closer to 2030 or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm happy NBA is back tonight. I'm happy everything is going on the way it's going on tonight. So looking forward to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You see that Stadium Goods is selling sneakers in Walmart?
Yeah. How about that? The
Boy,
sneaker game is that bummy?
it's dead right now. Let's look at some sneaker prices right now. I mean, even Labubu's fell off, so that
Are
should tell
we
you something.
Yeah. Well, are we going to Walmart.com and looking for them?
No, I'm looking at StockX because I'm
Oh,
just saying that like the actual resale market has died so badly that this is what it's come to, right?
thank
So like
God.
if you look,
Get
and
a
again,
job.
I love it. I love being able to walk into the mall and go pick up a pair of shoes. I was able to walk to the mall the other day or a couple months ago and pick up the shattered backboards just off of whimsy, just because like I have I have a little bit of extra money this week. The retro the fours, the SB fours, the navy ones,
Mhm.
148.
Do you think we will come back around to
It will only happen when we don't live under this regime right now. That's
Okay.
the only time it will happen. So this is the patient zero of sneakers right now. This is like it was back in like 2009, 2010, where it was like it was crazy for where you were at in life. But if you were kind of older, you were able to buy everything. Even the undefeated fours are only going for like $300.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like if you really want to get sneakers right now, go get them because they out here. The Fear Fours. I have the old pair of Fear Fours. The newer ones that came out this year for a size 10, my size $200. So that's basically under retail. Like it's a flop, but it's a good flop. It's a great flop for us.
I love it. I mean, I haven't bought sneakers in a while. Like, I just can't. It's just
Oh
one of
my
those
god!
things.
Oh my god! The
What's
the
up?
Chicago one lost and found size 10, $300.
Oh, you
What?
gotta get that right now. You
Yeah,
already got them, I assume.
I already got them, but you could pull the trigger on those. You can get another pair. You can get another pair. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like
that's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all.
for
Like,
what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad at all. And again,
nah, not at all.
these are things where it's like again, like there was a moment back in the early 2010s, 2011, 2012, people started wearing Balenciagas and shit because the general sneaker market was just so cheap. It was just like I could get anything. Let me just spend my money on something like this.
Yeah.
The bright cactus Jumpman Jack Travis's under retail on StockX for my size. Like again, and I'm only saying my size because I wear a common size 10. So it's usually harder for me to actually get a pair of shoes that I want on resale for a good price. So generally it's looking up. It's looking up for sneakers.
I love that. I love that for us. I love that for everybody. Listen, enjoy it while you can because I don't know when I got asked on because I didn't pay for the bus today. Um, I don't pay for the bus. I don't think anyone under a certain age does, unless you can. Um, Also, I got also thing for jury duty again, which I think is the
Boy,
biggest scam when they try to summon you for jury duty. Um, because they know it hasn't been so how is it how long is it in California
jury
between
duty?
yeah, like if you
30 to 45 days, I think.
no, but like between like you do it once and you serve it for how many years and they can't come back to you for how many
Oh, I
years.
don't know. I don't know. I last time I did it was like COVID had started, and I said, I don't trust cops, and then they made me go home.
Well, that's what I did last time
Shout
too.
out to Stat Guy Greg for telling me to do that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's incriminate him. But but so I did one in 2021, and I think you remember because I was trying to get out of it so I could run and do the show.
Yep.
Like we were trying to do it. I was trying not to really get into it because they had sent me to the federal one, and the federal one don't play. They took away my phone all day. I sat in a room, quiet as a mouse, no phone. I didn't have a book. I didn't have anything. We're just waiting to be called. And then we weren't even called for that day. So we had to come back the next day. And I was like, oh, nah, we're not doing this. This is a mess. If there's one thing about me, hate massive wastes of time. Um, so uh they called me today, but they've called me for like every 2 years for like the last like 4 years. So this is the second time they're calling me back, even though they know I've already done it like in 2021. And the year between the thing is 6 years.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do it until actually 2027. But they keep calling me they assume that I've lost the paper that says, hey, you served already.
Yeah.
And I think that's how they get people of believing that you've lost the paper. Da, 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 da. I didn't lose anything. I scanned it because I remember I had to show my job. So, it is what it is. You
Mm.
can't get me coppers. Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
something. I'm typing out something right now because there's a new
We're both
thing.
typing on something right now.
Well, I'm doing
Clearly, we
something for the for us real quick. All right.
okay.
There
All
was
right. What are we
something
doing?
that I had optioned because there was a now debunked story, and we really got to talk about how these stories get created or how they come up on the Observer and then they're debunked days later, right? Because this has been
Mm.
happening a lot more often lately, right? Where
Oh, okay. We're doing this. Yeah. Go ahead. Go
where
crazy.
Dave Meltzer will say something and then, out of nowhere, Fightful or someone will say, this actually isn't very true, right? So
Yeah.
last week, and this was like a 24-hour thing. And again, I'm also upset about a lot of the things and how people perceive things in wrestling right now, but I'm going to wait till we get to the actual topics to actually bring this up. But he mentioned that AI and ChatGPT were being used for creative things in WWE right now. So a lot of people took that to mean, oh, they're just typing in queries into ChatGPT and coming up with the show. So if everyone was
Because
like,
he had an example of one of them using it. That's why he did it.
yeah, like Bobby Lashley was like a weeb,
Yeah.
and they was like, yo, this shit fire. Which in reality, right? Bobby Lashley as a weeb would be the most exciting thing that's ever been done to him in a storyline. Usually Bobby Lashley stories are he just beat people up, right?
He just comes back as Black Lord Tensai.
Yeah, like
Like,
it's it like what's the biggest storyline you remember of Bobby Lashley other than Umaga was when he was bending over and clapping his ass cheeks
oh,
because
all right.
that was it was more just him whooping niggas ass, right? Like it was trying to give him a personality, right? So everyone says, WWE's using AI. I knew it, Evil Empire, and then it was debunked like a day later when they said we are not using AI. The creative team is this guy, and this guy. And if they do use AI, it's for history, like where they'll bring up like, okay, like when was the last time Stone Cold won a title in 1997 or something like that. Like they'll bring that up, and I'm guessing that would be for commentary. That would potentially be for scripts where they're trying to come up with a reason why someone's doing something. Like I could see, and again, that is something where AI is helpful, not
Yeah.
creating whole stories, but in the goodness of in the goodness of fun and just being able to bring up something and have a little bit of fun. Before we get to a lot of the news this week, I want to
Sure.
create a AI storyline for some characters in WWE. So I have already typed out the query where I say I need a wrestling storyline created between CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Braun Breaker. I'm going to finish the sentence over the vacated World Heavyweight Championship. All right. What are some things that you want to be added to this storyline wise? What are some hooks you want to be added to?
Okay. Must wait, hold on. Jesus.
I'm gonna say
Um,
one. I'm gonna say one. Braun Breaker. No, I want you. I want these things to be integrated into the story. All right. So here we go. Braun Breaker can't get any hose,
oh, all
and
right.
it
Well,
is bothering him because the fans
that's
cheer.
that's mean because he
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 don't
definitely does
got
have.
no hose.
Well,
Okay, so that's mine. So what's yours?
okay, I'm not gonna do anything just like that. Let's see.
Well, what's wrong with that? It's fun to do something fun.
Do something fun.
Yeah, what's a wrinkle that you want to add to this?
And this is between Jay Uso.
Jey Uso, CM Punk, and Braun Breaker.
Okay. Jay Uso is defending the honor of his dead brother. There you go.
Jesus Christ, his dead brother, Yimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso? Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
Yimmy Uso,
I was gonna kill Jimmy, but sure.
who passed
Uh,
away while eating too much
I
Waffle.
watched too much anime. That's really it. I was just like, yeah, why not?
And,
Why
and,
doesn't he
and
have
what
this?
and what about CM Punk?
CM Punk has stepped through CM Punk has stepped through a vortex, and this is him seeing what uh
And
life is like if he didn't.
if
And then you go from here.
if he didn't leave WWE in 2014.
There you go.
uh the match will take place at tables, ladders, and crabs.
Oh, there you go.
Live from Las Vegas. Live from Las Vegas. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good. This is
I'm gonna hit send.
okay.
Let's see
Please
what
do.
it is. You want a wild, over the top wrestling storyline in the spirit of WWE logic, mixing absurd comedy, emotion, and chaos. Here's a full breakdown with segments and promos and match buildup for tables, ladders, and crabs. The battle
Okay.
for the vacant heavyweight championship in Las Vegas. The World Heavyweight Championship is vacant. The three men won it, but the only one who will survive the madness, CM Punk, who has returned via a multiversal vortex to see what life could have been if he never walked out in 2014. Jay Uso, a man driven by pain and pancakes, vowing to honor his late brother, Yemi Uso, who tragically fell victim to an all-you-can-eat Waffle House binge. Braun Breaker, the human bulldozer with no hose.
I'm glad.
Week 1, the return of Punk. Raw opens with a swirling digital vortex in the Titantron.
Nice. I love that. I love that for us.
Out walks CM Punk, disoriented but smirking. He grabs a mic. I stepped through a vortex in the multiverse and landed in a world where I never left WWE, and the fans still chant my name. I'm here to finish what I started, to be the World Heavyweight Champion again.
ChatGPT don't know nothing because that's clearly not what he would say.
Braun Breaker storms out, furious. You don't deserve this shot. You left. I've been here breaking backs and stacking bodies. Fans interrupt with a thunderous chant. He don't got no hose. Clap, 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 clap. Breaker snarls, frustrated. Jay Uso arrives next, somber but defiant. Ain't nobody talking about holes or portals. I'm here for Yemi. He died doing what he loved. Drowning in Waffle House syrup. I win that title for him. Yeet. Punk laughs, calling it the most unhinged timeline he's ever been in. A brawl erupts. GM Adam Pearce announces at tables, ladders, and crabs, it's Punk versus Uso versus Breaker, triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship. Week 2, the no holds epidemic.
There you go. Now it's an epidemic. You see what we started?
Braun tries to cut a serious promo in the ring about being the future of the WWE. Suddenly, the fans hijack him again. No hose Breaker. Clap, 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 clap. Breaker snaps and spears a stagehand through the barricade. Backstage, Byron Saxton interviews him and Braun explodes. I got hose. I swear. I got DMs, man.
Yeah, ChatGPT on one.
Later, Jay Uso posts on X, formerly Twitter, ain't got no hoes, ain't got no titles, SMH. This gets 3.2 million likes in 1 hour.
Wow. You sure they're not doing this for real?
Week 3, Punk's Vortex Vision. CM Punk is seen backstage talking to different versions of himself. One in Ring of Honor tights, one in AEW gear, one as a commentator. 2014 Punk, don't trust management. AEW Punk, don't trust anyone. Current Punk, I just want to win a match without chaos. But chaos finds him when Braun ambushes him mid-interview, throwing him into catering right into a tray of crab legs. Product placement for the pay-per-view. Wow. Week 4, Raw closes with a candlelight vigil hosted by Jay Uso for Yemi. There's a framed photo of Yemi.
It took 4 weeks to do that.
A stack of waffles and syrup candles. Jay begins to speak, emotional. Yemi was more than my twin. He was my syrup soldier.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Everybody took. He did it for the bloodline, and I'm going to do this for him. Yeet. Suddenly, Braun interrupts, tipping the syrup altar. Don't forget your brother. Forget Punk. Forget hoes. This is my era. CM Punk sinks up behind him and cracks him with a steel chair. Sorry, kid. In my universe, you'd still be in NXT. They all brawl as the syrup candles melt. Jesus Christ. All right, let's get to the pay-per-view.
That's how Raw ends, baby.
Jay sets up a Waffle House-themed ladder, complete with syrup stains. Braun uses his raw strength to suplex Punk through the table full of imitation crab legs. The crowd alternates between yeet and no hose chants the entire match. Punk climbs the ladder reaching for the belt, but visions of his other selves appear in the Titantron vortex, distracting him. Jay hits a super yeet kick, knocking Punk off, but Braun catches him mid-air, Jesus, and hits a press slam through the crab buffet table. Braun climbs the ladder, the crowd chants louder, he don't got no hose, he don't got no hose. He hesitates, furious, and Punk low blows him. Punk laughs, you really don't. and grabs the belt. CM Punk, the new world heavyweight champion. After the match, Punk looks around muttering, maybe leaving wasn't so bad after all. Suddenly, the vortex reopens behind him.
Hell
He
yeah.
turns and gets sucked back in as the belt drops to the mat. The show ends with Jey Uso picking up the title, looking up to the sky, whispering, "This one's for you, Yimmy." The crowd chants, "Waffle House, Waffle House." Wow. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually awesome.
I yeah, it's
this
not bad.
this is just kind of fire.
It wasn't bad. Listen, it has, otherworldly things, motivations, stories kept
also,
close to the thing.
but also they did something that like they rarely ever do, and that's like you give Punk the moment, and like like Punk doesn't really need the title. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Jay, it would make more sense for Jay to get the title because of what he's lost. So then you spin off the Jay versus Braun, and maybe Braun introduces like a valet or something like that. Like, and then he finds out why he doesn't have hose. Like that's like the next step, right? Is like to find out why he's doing this. This is actually a really solid storyline. People would absolutely hate this, but I would be sports entertained.
This is clearly a story that they would write, and then you would, like, clearly this would be a dream sequence, and then we're like, "And this is what would happen if we use ChatGPT to actually do this," and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're gonna pass on this." But that was a great story. That was actually a great program. I'm not mad at it at all. The multi-portal dimensional punks, to me, really bring it together, and if we
Yeah.
could make that a real thing, I mean, that would be incredible.
Yeah, it listen, man. Shout out to ChatGPT for this. I want to do this more often. If you guys want to see us do this more often, send in some of your wildest prompts just so
Oh,
that we
yeah.
can put it into ChatGPT and we can add our own little spin on it. We can see, these crazy storylines. But that's what it would look like if ChatGPT wrote a WWE storyline. Um yeah, let's get into
We
whatever the
got
fuck's been going on. I
We
think
got we got a lot of stuff this week, actually. There's stuff. I mean, I would guess the main bit of news, other than there's a AEW pay per view this weekend. Um, but it's pay per view week, so drama has to go down. And the drama last week was none other than the man himself. First of all, we also forgot to announce on the show last week. We end up remembering on Patreon that Santos Escobar has re-signed with WWE.
yeah. He would have appeared again and we would have been like, "Oh yeah, he's back." Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like, we would have been
yeah. You were like, oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that. Totally. So he's back. He signed. He got money. He got perks. Um, Probably better writing, better storylining. Let's see how it goes for him. Not sure how what it is, but his alter
it's been
universe.
reported sorry, that he's allegedly gonna be on Raw next week. So he's actually on Raw now. So
There you go. Listen, if you're gonna turn it up, turn it up. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But with that said, it has officially been revealed his AEW or a multiverse counterpart, Andrade El Idolo. Um, it was announced last week, or revealed. I wouldn't even say announced. It was revealed last week because a lot of people are asking questions about where Andrade is. Mostly
Mhm.
Dave Meltzer, because I think he has, he didn't seem to be that high on Andrade signing back to AEW, considering like how he left, his attitude about things, how he carried himself, et cetera, et cetera. So he just seemed naturally suspicious. As like, why would you hire this guy back? You don't actually need him at all. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, 2 weeks ago he shows up. He's part of the Don Callis family, and that is the only week that we see him. We hear the following week he actually will not be on the show because he has to defend or win a title in Puerto Rico somewhere. He isn't there for the week after that. Now everyone's beginning to wonder, where's Andrade? So people did a little bit of digging, and it was found out actually that he had a no compete clause in his contract based on the nature of how he left WWE, and conflicting stories of whether it was 90 days or 1 year, but it doesn't look like he's going to be in AEW anytime soon, considering how he left. Your overall thoughts, sir, on Andrade, the saga that this is, and where he goes from here.
I think it brings up a lot of I think concern and worry about how these contracts are structured, right? And I think that like a lot of it was like people looking at the legalese behind it. And I would really just behoove a lot of people to like stop putting on your lawyer hats and your contract hats. Like how could they do this? What is this? How could they, like, a lot of contracts are actually structured this way, and there are a lot of people who have been trying to fight this for the past couple of years. In fact,
Yeah.
going to the Supreme Court to try and stop no non compete clauses. And I think that's a case that literally could possibly potentially go in favor of the athletes, but it's a slippery slope.
It's
Of
a
course.
I don't even think it's just the athletes. If you work for Toyota, you
Yeah.
cannot use if you leave before your contract or just leave, get fired, something, they will you cannot immediately just go jump to Honda or jump to Ford or jump to Mercedes. You can't immediately do that. A lot of places have um non-compete clauses in their contract if you can't work for a rival thing, especially if you don't complete the terms of your contract.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I
it's
mean,
not
you're right. Like it comes to say where, like, hey, non compete clauses. A lot of it's not a huge. It's not very liked, right? And I think the difference between that and what Andrade is going through is not that he was let go; it was that he was let go with cause. And I think it's something where, again, you sign the contract, what's up. And I think it falls on a lot of different people too. Like, a lot of people are like, well, how didn't he know? How would he not know? You know what I mean? Like, how could you not know that you have a non compete clause in your contract? How could AEW not vet that and say, hey, let me see your contract before you show up on our TV show 2 days out, or a week after you got released from WWE? They usually have ironclad non compete clauses. The only time they don't is when they just kind of let you go.
I don't
He was
really
like fired.
blame I don't really blame AEW for this as much as I was really thinking about it. I was like, how would they really I don't think they would jump in and say, like, let's look at the terms of the WWE contract. Now they probably could, but I don't think it's their responsibility to know. Ultimately, it's the responsibility of the participant involved to know because they're the ones with the ramifications on if they show up on television. Now, could WWE say, like, hey, we're gonna sue AEW for thing that? Probably, but they're probably not. They're probably gonna say, hey, you breached your contract, so now you're gonna sit out for another year
Yeah,
because you breached the contract.
and it
You didn't
stands to
read the
reason.
contract.
It stands to reason a lot of people are getting upset at that instead of looking at, like, yo, Andrade was living real foul and moving real crazy while he was there. If a lot of what was being reported, and if that was the case, what your contract is. Why would you even test that? To me, like, that doesn't even make any sense to even test it. You know what I mean? And maybe that's just him. Maybe he didn't know. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is the terms of what it is. But I think a lot of what people need to be looking at, Meals, is the in between, the actual the fine print, so to
Sure.
speak, where he actually can't work. Well, they're saying he's supposed to be in Maine or something, doing something. So I don't really know what's supposed to happen here. But he could work in Mexico and Japan, but not the United States.
Yeah.
Meaning he can't work for a rival company in the United States that has a TV deal. So I think a lot of it is less about really punishing the motherfucker, but more like, okay, you can't bounce from here and go here and,
Yeah.
and, and get another bag from these people. That's just not what we're gonna do. We're on 5 different networks right now. We ain't having that type of shit. It would look bad for us, and that's what it's looking like right now. And they're basically using these independent contractors as kind of chess pieces in their
Or,
media.
I mean, it also sets a bad precedent if you just do something to get fired just to go somewhere else. Um, if that is the
What
case,
people
right?
think is cool.
Yeah, I
I don't know,
mean,
like that shit ain't cool. Like, nigga, the climate's so
beast,
crazy.
you know?
Yeah, it's Beast. Is that Beast?
I'm trying to blame out the police sirens. Go on.
Oh yeah, like it's not Beast. Like it's awful, man. I think it's an awful situation. I think that, again, we don't really know the specifics of, like, what's going on, but hey, like, let's just call it what it is. Like, Andrade breached his contract. It's not evil empire shit, bro. It happens like this in every other sport, man. I don't know why WWE gets the most crazy shit that happens to it. We see it in the NBA, don't we?
Well, kind of. They have like an actual union. Like if someone did not want to play, they'd either sit them out or they'd find a really place to it doesn't really benefit anybody, and again, this is because of the players' union and a lot of stuff that's going on where, the players have a lot more power than the independent contractors that are, hired by wrestling companies. So there's no governing body to be like, no, you can't compete. If you leave the Lakers, you can't show up on the Clippers the next day. You can absolutely sign to the Clippers once you pass all your, evaluations, all this stuff like that, or they'll just trade you or something along those lines. So it's not necessarily that, but with this, there's no governing body over it. You know what I'm saying? So there's no what WWE doing and what AEW has done couple times themselves, is essentially protecting themselves from just I mean, they did it with William Regal in a sense. Like, he shows up, I mean, he gets out of his contract early. They let him out of his contract early, but he isn't allowed to be on television or anything of the rather for about 18 months. It wasn't until like January of last year, even though he had left like a number of years back, that he was able to actually show up on WWE television.
Yeah.
So it's it remains to be seen about the just the craziness of it this all, but I don't really think it's that crazy. Like, I don't it's not Andrade Andrade should know better. If his lawyer's as good as reported, I don't understand why he wouldn't know. I don't understand how that happens, of you saying like, "Hey, I want to go back to AEW." Because let's talk about the brass tacks of all this stuff.
Mhm.
People talk a lot about tampering. There's ways around tampering in the wrestling business. There just is. And
I don't even think this
tr-
is tampering.
no, it's not, but it's like, Andrade knows if he's leaving WWE and he's not coming back, he can send out feelers to see what the temperature is like in AEW. All he has to do is hit up his brother Roosh and say, "Hey, what would be the interest in me coming back? Would I be able to come back?" or something along those lines. He could, ask whoever he needs in management. They could be like, "You know what? I wouldn't be averse to it if it's, a situation that happens." These things happen all the time in wrestling, both ways,
Yeah.
forever. It's not just, so again, this is them protecting themselves in this kind of way. I mean, a year is pretty long to go without pay. Um, but also Andrade's more international than I would feel worse for like a who would I feel worse for? Um, I don't even know. Well, I don't know because I don't know the nature of why he got let go. So I don't really want to say anything like I feel worse or don't feel bad for him or feel bad for him. I don't know why he was let go. It could have been he started slapping people backstage like Alberto did.
Well,
I
the
don't know what he.
general consensus seems to be that it's seeming like he was wilding, with the wellness shit,
Mm.
which is a
Um,
no, which is a no-no, I guess. It's a no-no. They don't play about the wellness shit apparently.
yeah. So it's a. I mean, it remains to be seen what kind of happened, but I don't think we'll see if what I'm assuming what Tony Khan did was immediately like, okay, you no longer have a contract here. Let's just get that out the way.
Yeah.
And after your deal, after your non-compete ends, or you figure it out however you want to go out, if you want to go the legal route and you want to handle that, by all means, go ahead and do that. I don't know if I would do that in his case. Um, but also it's kind of people have fought it and won, so it's not like something
Yeah,
you
but
can't fight against.
you'll end up losing money trying to do that shit. Just fucking
Yeah, I mean, but he's you got AEW money.
not right now, we don't. You're
Yeah,
not under contract.
I'm sure he didn't. You think there's a prenup with him and Shar?
That'd be crazy.
You think he
Um,
would get her money or?
no, no, that seem amicable. But he got a kid to feed, so he gotta get his ass to work.
Yeah. So you said I'm not even sure. Again, you're supposed to think in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is like a territory of the United States. I'm not sure if that covers that as well. So it's kind of like it is what it is. I'm not sure when we'll see him. Probably this weekend. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up in Mexico.
I don't
But
even I don't even will we even bring him up after this week? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, he might do something else crazy. You never know.
I
Might
do
show up
do
and
we
say "fuck WWE."
do we care? Like, I don't even if he says "fuck WWE," I don't care.
I like Andrade, but yeah, he's a wild guy.
Like, I don't I've seen enough Andrade to know everything I need to know about that nigga.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his in the ring, so I'm kind of it is what it is, but I don't really know him like that, so it is what it is.
He's good, but he's good, but he's a fucking head case. I'm straight.
What else happened this week?
Wrestle
Uh,
Dream. We a lot of stories branch off from Wrestle Dream this week.
sure, let's talk about it.
Um,
This card that happened.
I didn't watch
Um,
any of it, by the way, so
okay, I watched some of it. I kind of tapped out. The shows end up being even a 13 match. So I don't watch the. They've now renamed it to Tailgate Brawl instead of 0 Hour. Um, but
woo!
I don't watch it. Even that, like Tailgate Brawl, 15-minute match, 12-minute match, 13-minute match. And then the first part of the Tailgate Brawl extended into the show. So the pyro went off during the match for the show, which is I'm assuming it's an ode to WCW. Because a lot of people have been saying, like, oh my God, how could they not plan out the show correctly? But I felt like it was done on purpose. Like clearly on purpose.
Yeah,
And it actually incited a great reaction from the crowd, to be honest with you, because everyone was like, "Oh yeah," you know what I'm saying? Suddenly, people were hitting kicks harder and jumping off the rope,
sure.
flippier, and all types of other shit like that.
Uh,
Um, let's see, notable matches. I mean, I didn't watch the last 3 matches. I was kind of tapped out after 12 belt Monet. Um, and not that it was just late. It was just like, all right, it's 11 o'clock. Like,
where's that going? I mean, she does the match.
let's
Uh,
talk about it.
she has the match with Mina, which deflates the crowd from what I hear, like, completely deflated everybody watching it.
Because it's not a it was an open challenge to any champion to show up, and then your coworker shows up. So so it's kind of like it was said to be an open challenge, and then it was kind of reported that they didn't want it to be like give it away that she would end up winning the belt. But I'm like, wouldn't you want people to see history? If she can get more belts than Ultimo Dragon, wouldn't you want people to be see history, witness history, something along those lines? Like, does that do you guys watch any other sports at all? When LeBron is about to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record, do you say like we don't want to give it away by this nigga facing this person? You say no. I want all eyes on this, and we'll see. You don't have to announce the opponent, but you can, it is what it is. It ended up being a match, but right before that, Chris Statlander defeated Timeless Tony Storm to retain her AEW Women's Championship. Immediately after that match, Mercedes Moné comes out, essentially upstages Chris and tells her get to the back, to which Chris Statlander actually does, which is crazy. Um,
Loser.
Mercedes Moné comes out. She announces the open challenge, interim ROH Women's World Champion. Stress interim. The actual champion is still Red Velvet. Who needs to get out that contract? Um,
Is she hurt?
s- yeah, she's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Um, so Mina Shirakawa loses the interim ROH Women's World Television Championship, which she's been interim for like since like August. So it's like just give her the belt, but it is what it is. I'm sure they'll give Mercedes the belt. Um, just just take interim off. Um, so after that, Chris Statlander comes out. I forgot if there was a little bit of hullabaloo or they just stood in the ring against each other, but it's announced immediately after the match that at Full Gear coming this November, it will be Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné for all the belts in AEW. Well, all the for both belts, TBS Championship and the AEW Women's World Championship. Um, where do you? I mean, do we do what we do here?
Just get it over with, bro.
Just pull the band-aid off?
Just have her win, bro. Like, what's the point of just belaboring this shit anymore than what you're already doing? Just
So
have her
I
win.
want Mercedes to win because I don't want Chris Statlander in AEW at all. My biggest fear is that she has
You're done
signed a
with it?
new. I want her in WWE. I'm just even gonna say it out front on Jump Street. I think she'd be much better in WWE. She seems to be very loved in AEW. Again, they have given her the AEW Women's World Championship, which is usually an indicator of please don't leave us. Please stay.
Yeah.
Don't take the
I
lesser
think
money. We'll
I
pay you
think
more money
I
to
think the match with Mercedes is definitely an indicator. It just seems to be this thing where Mercedes faces off against people in AEW and they leave immediately.
if we never see Chris Statlander again after this, she's gone. Like, and I wouldn't blame her because again, last year they had their series of matches. Mercedes Moné beats her twice, so that's supposed to be the thing. And I think if they promoted Mercedes Moné as the boogeyman, the thing that Chris Statlander hasn't actually been able to overcome yet, she could do that. But then you could also play into Mercedes Moné's overconfidence in the fact that she's beat her twice already, and the fact that she will become a Mercedes Moné 13 belts thing.
Yeah.
So they could play into that. I say make this the main event of Full Gear. I don't even know what the
Yeah, 'cause
forget what Hangman Adam Page is doing.
yeah, 'cause
Like
it's
we
like
don't
the
need.
biggest thing you could do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like literally the biggest thing you could do is just to have that happen. Um, so yeah, I agree with you there. I think why even play? You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Um, I again, I don't understand why this is a thing. I'm gonna be real. I don't understand why the 2 belts thing or 14 belts thing is a thing. I don't know who that's helping anymore. To me, it's just like it's the law of diminishing returns, right? It's like,
Mhm.
well, is this really helping any of them? And I'm pretty sure some of our fans would be like, yes, it is. And at that point, I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with you because you clearly know more than me. But um,
Do we know how long Mercedes signed for?
no.
Okay.
No, we don't. But I think
Just
everyone knows she's going back. Isn't that like the general consensus is that she's going back?
yeah. Wait, who was TBS champion last year? Oh, it was Mercedes
It was
because she's
Mercedes.
500 something days.
She's been there since March. She won in like
But
June, May, May. She won in
she's
like
been
May.
there since March, but she didn't sign in March. Um, so again, I think they have considering anything, they've got to tell the story and ultimately get the belt off of her at some point, or these belts off of her. But again, tell us. I mean, if you want to do it, have her win the massive belt. I wouldn't have Chris win this match. It would be great, but I wouldn't. But also selfishly, am I just wanting her to show up in NXT? Maybe. I don't want her in AEW. I just feel like you're going to sit there and you're going to wish a million times over for better attention for the women in all elite wrestling, and they're just not going to give it to you. It's just it'll never happen.
Yeah, just all lies.
Yeah. Jamie Hayter also defeated Tekla in the opening match.
I
15.
don't ever hear anything about Hangman's title matches.
Samoa Joe turned heel, like officially
Oh, he
turned
did?
heel. Yeah, he officially turned heel at the end of this match. So Hangman Page beats him, and then the ops show up and beat up Hangman Adam Page. So I'm
Why?
assuming they're running it back. I don't fucking know, bro. I didn't watch it. I was just
Like,
like, no, I'm not watching this.
what inclination did they have for that, like, for that to happen? None?
He really wants the belt.
Oh, okay. Well,
So yeah, there you go. Um, yeah, I can't say it's a. I didn't watch the last three matches for sure.
but
The
in
Go
those
ahead.
in those last 3 matches, uh, there was the main event of
Yeah.
John
Also, just a quick thing. Bandito actually pins Okada. It's
they
just a
love
notable thing.
they love him. They love
They
him.
love Bandito. So,
And
but I could see Bandito being an AEW World Champion somewhere in the future for sure. They love Bandito.
and to that I say, "Cool, man." Whoa.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hey, the Moxley Darby thing, I saw clips. I saw more clips of that than the Samoa Joe heel turn. Wouldn't that be like a big deal on the show?
It didn't happen at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. But
So
I saw Darby getting drowned in a aquarium, which looked dumb because it just looked like, why don't you just flip it to the side, move? You know what I'm saying? Moxley
smashing with the glass or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
like just move your legs, like bend your legs and stand up. Like you could just do any of that, any of those things. It ain't like it's more than one nigga holding you down.
Yeah.
But I believe Sarah Stock, who used to be a producer for the women in AEW, she also previously was in WWE NXT, I believe.
She was
Um,
also in TNA. She was Sarita in
yeah,
LAX.
yeah, Sarita and LAX as well. She mentioned, she went in there and said, "Hey, like kids shouldn't really be seeing this shit. Like y'all need to stop doing this. It's kind of crazy. It could influence the wrong type of people to do this type of shit." And I just want to know, like, what is the carnal instinct that people have to just defend AEW with every ounce of their being at all times? people are bringing up Sarah's arrest history, which I'm gonna be real, like her going off and hitting cops, that's fire. I don't care about that. So why are y'all bringing that up?
Is that Beast?
That's beast. That's more beast than what than y'all like. Everyone's like, yo, you bootlicking. I'm like, what y'all think y'all doing?
Yeah, it's kinda crazy. I mean, I've only seen kind of like bits and pieces of it all, but I don't think she's wrong in any of the aspect of it. I
Yeah,
don't
like,
think she's wrong in like saying like, "Hey, um, it's just a it's a oh wow, hold on. I got an email. You
okay.
want to They said Disney likes my piece for that I did on OK Player. It's nice. Okay. Um, but no, back into the thing. I would the idea is that if you do something extreme, it's not for children, but you also want to. You just a month ago, Ricochet goes on Ariel Hawadi and says like
It's for
for
the family.
families of all ages
Yeah.
because
Ticket prices.
we got
So
cheap tickets.
so y'all got cheap tickets, right? Y'all got cheap tickets, and that's cool. But it's not cool to be like, well, why don't y'all raise y'all fucking kids like that? I'm like, well, which one is it?
Yeah, but there are kids that watch this show. There are kids that I mean every year, they bring the wrestling club. Like, imagine, wrestling club come see and sees motherfucker drowning him at the end of the show, trying to throw a Molotov cocktail at somebody, trying to burn someone with a flamethrower. Like, it's probably cool to watch on television, but it's not something you really want to see and kind of influence. You really then have to have a discussion with your children in terms of like, hey, listen, you know, they are doing this, but they are you got to have that whole discussion. But ultimately, it's not the I don't think it's good for things like again, that remember the back in the day, they had the pizza cutter spot?
Yeah, yeah, pizza cutter spot. There, and again, there's this idea that like when they do it, it's fine. When anyone else says anything about it, it's bad. It's like these are people that melt down over Slim Jim on the logo. But
Yeah, you're
drowning,
supposed
like simulated drowning, is like not where like it's like not where you draw the line, but it's
you're
logos, right?
you're
Like,
supposed to have your kids asleep by this time. It's like, yeah, but
and
one, it's on
again,
s they wanna watch the show. Am I right? Am I wrong?
agree or not, and it's like I don't like super fully agree with everything she's saying, but like
Mhm.
I think that like whether you agree or not is irrelevant. It's like it's still her opinion. It still doesn't ultimately fucking matter at the
Right.
end of the day. Like she's allowed to, she's allowed to have her opinion, and you're allowed to feel the way that you feel about it. Not to a point where you're like bringing up her fucking arrest history and all of this
But
other
that's
shit.
internet now.
Yeah,
That's just internet just in general now. Like, you look at that, like, over the weekend, the Tyler Creator thing, you know what I'm saying? And
it was
now
wild.
yeah, everyone's bringing up all the old stuff that Tyler did. That's just how the internet responds to things now. It just is what it is.
Yeah, and again, not to say that it's right, not to say that it's cool that that happens, but like when you look at stuff like that, it's like, yo, well, what are we doing? We're losing the plot. It's just one simple thing. It's also the starting the pay per view in the middle. I think Raj Giri, has been arguing with niggas for days about this. I'm like, why are y'all still talking about this? Like, it
Yeah, who
doesn't
cares?
matter. Like the drowning spot and that thing that opened the show are being talked about more than anything else on this show. No one else is talking about anything else from this show, and it seems to be a common theme for AEW pay per views to constantly just be focused on this same type of thing, right? Like, it's
Mhm.
really just about the drama and not about from what they tell us, the extremely great wrestling that you get every single week. You know what I'm saying? They don't hear anything about that anymore. So it's odd.
I'm just uh, I would I guess my thing is definitely pay attention to what your kids watch for sure. But also, if you're a company in any form that promotes the invites kids and does things with kids and outreach with kids, maybe you want to also take a look at the content you're putting out and seeing if it's actually, you know, good. is a good reflection of your company, is what I'll say.
They don't fucking care. They just they I saw someone
I
say
mean,
like,
Moxley doesn't care, no. Moxley and Darby do not care.
but
Moxley and Darby are weirdos.
other than those two, it's like the fans think that this is them being an alternative, and this is their mission statement to be an alternative. It's like, okay, well, you know what? Fuck it. When things happen that you guys don't like, or you're loud about it, but when it's like some really goofy shit, like niggas fuck with it, it's fine. Like people like you say all the time, let people like what they like, and they're willing to defend anything they like. So fuck it. I just don't like the fact that we're like it's just like when I said like when a couple years ago, and I was just like this like Osprey and I think it was Phoenix match. I was like, this isn't like great, right? Like this is like kind of silly, and I got called racist. It's like what?
It's just, yeah.
There are people literally calling people Nazis for not liking the drowning spot. It's like so confusing.
Yeah. I mean,
I have to think
thankfully,
these are bots. I have to think that these are bots. There's no
I
way.
have to think so too. I mean, I haven't engaged, thankfully, because I didn't care. I didn't watch it. I kind of knew what was going to happen and how it was going to end. Shout out to Sting, we're showing up. Um, but realistically, like, I tapped out. I couldn't do it anymore. It was so long. And realistically, the first half of the pay per view, while the matches were solid, were no better than any other AEW pay per view, to be honest with you. And the matches were just so long, and it just is what it is. So, again, these are good wrestling shows, and ultimately they're pushing this because of their price tag. So they're saying we want to give people a bang for their buck. But ultimately, for me, I don't know how the standard AEW fan works. I can't remember what even happened last year on Wrestledream. I don't know what happened at Revolution this year. I couldn't name a standard moment that really, really happened.
Yeah.
There are few seminal moments that have happened this year that you're like, oh yeah, that. And usually they'll come around with a little bit of buzz surrounding it, like All In or something along those lines. But this shit, like Eddie Kingston come back, he's on the fucking tailgate shit, beating up jobbers. Like eh, this company could
No,
use a facelift in a way.
yeah, they could use a cleanse. Real quick before we go to Patreon, I want to get on two different things. First off, just because we're going to talk about the show reviews, I kind of want to bring it over here. Seth
Sure.
Rollins, we kind of got like a semi confirm that he's going to be out for a long time. They've also semi confirmed that he's already got the surgery. I do appreciate that they keep his injury stuff kind of tight lipped. Like I think it's probably because they want to keep a surprise somewhat. So like get well soon, Seth Rollins. We'll see you whenever. Nobody knows. There's no news on it, and I think that's good. That's fine.
I was maybe you promote his return. I feel like everyone gets a surprise at this point. I was like, maybe you promote his return. Maybe you give a little YouTube beautiful day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not everybody. I mean, it can still happen. You know what I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what
saying
I'm
it can
saying.
happen.
I
It can
just
still
I feel like I'm surprised out. Not like surprised out, but like everybody returns to a
It's not
surprise.
everybody return. I think that they're keeping it tight lip because they also don't know exactly when he's going to come back, so they don't want to put a timetable on something that they don't know. But
Because
they,
usually they used to tell us and then we just figure it out. It's like, oh, 3 to 6 months. All right, we'll see him at
yeah,
it's just backlash. I don't know. So yeah.
yeah, we kind of have no inclination on when he's coming back. But also, Halloween Havoc is this weekend for NXT. Pay-per-views never end, but
Boy, I was like, what the fuck?
there's some disturbing or kind of surprising news coming out this week. Sol Ruka got injured apparently on Friday.
She
Um,
did?
yeah, and she's supposed to be
I thought she
addressing.
was I thought she was selling it.
Yeah, I thought so too. But apparently she's going to be on the show. She's going to open the show, I guess, tonight with some news about her status after Friday. So we might be looking at
Oh
another,
no.
another vacation.
Damn. And then it was also reported that JC Jane got injured a little bit. Um, but she isn't having a she's not doing that. Listen, if Sol Ruka, the worst thing you can do is Sol Ruka addresses the NXT universe. That's like, all right, well, wrap it up, kid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it sucks. She's been on a run, and I think of anybody, in NXT right now, she seemed the most poised to kind of move up right now, and it just really sucks if I'm hoping it's not her knee. I'm hoping it's not her knee again, if that's the case.
I
But,
mean, she was a little wobbly, you know? She was, yeah, I hope it's not her knee, especially going up on SmackDown and injuring yourself. What a bad break, you know?
yeah, I'm
Like,
hoping this setback doesn't set her back a lot because Triple H seems really high on her, as does Shawn Michaels. So,
and
um,
they've been trained. I mean, it's supposed to turn on sometimes I'll be like, "Yo, just pull the trigger. Just
they
have her
could do it
beat her
tonight.
up."
They could do it tonight.
Yeah, just have her
Mhm.
pull the trigger, beat her up, take the you know, pull a Braun, you know?
Nah, I'm good on that. Halloween Havoc, real quick. Sol Ruka versus Blake Monroe, kind of up in the air. So I'm not gonna predict that one. Ethan Page versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Day of the Dead match for the NXT North American Championship. I'd say just go ahead and
What the
fucking
fuck is a Day of the Dead match?
for hard. You know they always have like a little Halloween
Oh, okay.
match
Alright.
for Halloween Havoc. I would just go ahead and give that to
Tribal
Dr.
combat, gotcha.
But then again, like the way Ethan be fucking winning everything, he's probably gonna win this match too. They keep him relatively strong for a
Yeah.
heel there. Ricky Sainz versus Trick Williams. This is the Trick farewell tour. So next stop, you gotta do the honors for Ricky Saints. I think that's the idea here as well. Hardy Boys are on this pay-per-view, NXT Tag Team Championship. I think they go over Dark State. I don't see any reason for them not to. And JC Jane versus Tatum Paxley, where I didn't know JC was somewhat injured, but like I just don't think Tatum's the one that should take the title off of her.
I feel like they I
There's like no
mean,
story there.
there isn't, but NXT has this year especially has just decided we're giving belts to people this year. If you look at JC Jane, she also had no build in getting the title. If you look at Stephanie
The bill
Vaquer, it
the
was
bill was Stephanie gotta go. That was the
yeah.
bill. That didn't
I
matter.
mean, if the same as I mean, I don't know if JC is the same, but I could see Tatum winning it. I feel like she's been around for a while. Um, she's gone through a lot. She should have been called. I feel like there's so many people in NXT that could have been called up. I think Tatum Paxley's just send her up with fucking Lyra. Who cares? Lyra's always there.
That's the way they do things.
Yeah, I just
Lesnar
it just takes, but it takes too long, and then people get like fucking random injuries or random situations, and then they're there forever.
that was on the main roster too. We just seen it happen twice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, yeah, things are the process. I get the extending the process, but it's like sometimes things it's like we don't need to be pulled along for like 8, 9 months for this. Like Sol Ruka could drop those titles to Blake
Her
Monroe,
getting
and
injured is not because of the process of NXT.
no, but it's a again, it's like there's situations that extend the process, and the injuries that happen further delay a lot of things that can happen, a lot of movement that can happen. I'm not blaming the process of, NXT or getting called up, but I'm just like, sometimes you want to do things now. Why are we waiting?
Ask them.
I mean, it just is what it is. That's just my thoughts.
Um, I mean, if Tatum does win, I guess you have the story with Izzy, but
Cullen
like
girl, yeah.
that's not really like a
And
top
Lyra's in her corner and
it's
shit.
not really like a top level story. I think you could still do that without having them do that.
But you hate the JC. I mean, the JC storyline is you feel like it's also run its course, right?
But you already know how this is gonna end if she's gonna win it. It's gonna be someone else is gonna come in and fuck it up, which I'm guessing is gonna be Izzy here, and it's gonna cost her the title. It's like she never like I'm not excited for this match because I know exactly how it's gonna go. They might throw a little razzle dazzle and have Fallon Henley and what's her name get ejected, but like we know how this ends every time.
Mm. I'm gonna take a risk and say Tatum will win. Not that we're doing predictions or anything, but I'll just take the risk and say that
Hey
Tatum will
man,
win.
don't piss on my back and call it rain, bruh. Like I
Hey
already know
man,
this
I'm just
one.
saying. I'm just saying. Like I could see Tatum Paxley been there for a while. Like why not? It don't even have to be a long reign. You should give it back to JC. Who knows?
They have
Um.
Jasmine Nix on Ariel Hawani show. Like,
Oh really?
what are we
Is
doing?
she? Does she?
I don't
I
fucking
mean, Ariel is her booking manager is
I
going
respect
off.
Ariel Hawani. I do not think that it matters who. is on there. But yes, that is the regular show for this week. We're gonna move on over to Patreon real,
Let's see what
real,
she's
real
saying. Let me
quick.
see. Let me see what she's saying. Let me see.
She's saying her boyfriend that post where she was training with her boyfriend and he called it fake. She's saying that he was being in character.
Oh, I mean, I can see that her boyfriend's kind of a dick, but all right, yeah. Let's It is what it is. But we will talk about everything that happened this week, which is two great shows this week. You had a special return on Friday Night Smackdown that we will talk about. The MFTs have been MFT, and they are continuing to MFT.
My network TV.
And yeah, my network TV. Um, the Motor City Machine Guns are back, so maybe someone locked Road Dogg in a closet or something along those lines. Uh, and on Monday Night Raw, a lot of things in motion.
A lot of
You know,
shakeups on Monday Night Raw.
a lot of shakeups. You know, except for Rusev, but we'll get there. So yeah, jump over to Patreon again, pay to five, patreon.com/the HORNC, where you get additional content for the show. You get early episodes of the HO, get early episodes of the War Report, and perhaps some special things coming up soon.
Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week on the show. Peace.